They thought I was broke until my barista said, "Boss, your table's ready." Hey everyone, I'm Ava Reed, 29, walking into a family dinner I've been dreading for 6 years. My family thinks I'm stuck chasing a silly dream, barely making ends meet. Tonight they're at my place, Sip and Savor, the coolest coffee shop in town, to celebrate my sister Emma's big promotion. They have no clue I own this spot. Wait till you see their faces when the truth comes out. It's epic. Stick around for that moment. Drop a comment. Where are you watching from? If you've ever had to prove people wrong, hit that like button. Here's my story. I grew up in Montclair, New Jersey, where my family was all about showing off. The Reeds weren't just rich, they were a big deal. My parents, Linda and Tom, cared about looking perfect. Huge house, fancy cars, kids aimed at top schools. Our home was like a movie set for their big parties, where Mom would show us off like prizes. Emma's headed to Yale, she'd brag. Lucas is a math star, future banker. Then they'd get to me, the youngest. Ava's artsy, Mom would say, her smile forced. That meant I was the letdown. They wanted me in a big job, not messing with coffee. While Emma rocked debate club and Lucas won math contests, I was in the kitchen with our housekeeper, Carla, who was from Mexico and super kind. She saw something in me my parents missed, heart. You've got a gift, Ava, she'd say, as I practiced pouring lattes or mixing flavors. This is your thing. By 12, I was making my own coffee blends. By 16, I was throwing secret coffee parties for friends in our basement when my parents were out. The coffee maker was my safe place, where I felt like me. But, Dad, coffee's for servers, he said when I talked about barista school. Reeds hire baristas, not become them. To keep them happy, I applied to business schools and went to NYU like they wanted. But coffee was my dream. At New York University, I followed their rules, but kept my passion alive. I took food science classes, saying they were for business. I ran a secret coffee stand on campus, selling drinks to pay for barista classes. It was a double life. I was stuck in an MBA program I hated when everything changed. A famous coffee roaster, Sam Torres, came to campus for a talk. I snuck my special caramel latte onto the event table. He took a sip and tracked me down. Who made this? He asked, all serious. Me, I said, nervous. You learned this on your own? I nodded. He gave me his card. You're wasting your gift here. Come to my shop in Philly. That was my spark. 3 weeks later, I stood in my parents' fancy living room, telling them I was quitting my MBA for barista school. The room went quiet. This is crazy, Dad said, his voice sharp. We paid for your future. You paid for your plan, not mine. I shot back. Mom's face got hard. Do this and you're on your own. No money, no help. Emma, back from Yale, laughed. Have fun serving coffee for tips. Lucas, already at a bank, looked away. I left with $500 in a duffel bag. The next 6 years were tough. Long days, a tiny apartment with 4 roommates, loans for school. But working with Sam, I came alive. The buzz of brewing coffee, the art of a perfect foam, it was everything I wanted. Then came the big moment. An investor, Lisa Chen, tried my latte at one of Sam's events. She loved it and offered me a deal. 3 years ago, Sip and Savor opened with me as head barista and part owner. A year later, I bought out my partners. Now I'm the full owner. This place is the hardest table to get in Philly. Last month, Coffee Buzz magazine called us Best New Spot. My family? They think I'm playing with coffee, nothing more. I kept my success secret on purpose. I wanted their respect for me, not my wins. So when Emma's promotion invite came for my coffee shop, I was shocked. They picked it because it's the place to be seen, perfect for their image. After thinking it over, I said yes. Not to beg for their love, but to face them and move on. Get ready. This night's a wild ride. Walking into Sip and Savor, the smell wraps around me. Fresh coffee, warm muffins, a hint of cinnamon. It's usually my happy place. Tonight my stomach's flipping. I'm in a simple black top and jeans, thrifted but stylish, hair in a loose braid. They'll probably think I'm broke. My barista, Nate, sees me and raises an eyebrow. I usually sneak in the back. I shake my head. Don't say anything. He nods and keeps pouring. From the entrance, I spot them at the best table, looking like a rich kid ad. Mom in a fancy dress, Dad studying the menu like it's a puzzle, Emma in a new jacket next to her boyfriend, Ryan, with a shiny watch. Lucas and his wife Jess are there, still in work clothes like they just left a meeting. Our hostess Mia smiles. Your group's waiting, miss. She stops herself. This way. I thank her quietly, glad she didn't spill. As I walk up, Mom sees me first. Her eyes scan me, judging every inch. Ava, you made it, she says, kissing the air by my cheeks. We thought you'd be late. Right on time, Mom, I say, checking my phone. Dad gives me a quick hug. You look healthy, he says, meaning I'm not skinny enough for their crowd. Emma barely looks up. This is Ryan, she says. He shakes my hand too hard. Harvard undergrad, Goldman Sachs, he says. No, nice to meet you. Just his resume. Lucas gives a real hug, but Jess's smile is nervous. She picked this place, I learn later, worried it wouldn't impress. We ordered fancy tea, Mom says as I sit. Hope that's okay. I nod, seeing they chose the $40 blend. So, them. The shop's buzzing, soft lights, chill music, tables just right for talking, but private. Every detail's mine, from the cozy chairs to the handmade mugs. My team knows I'm here as a guest. Our roaster, Kai, catches my eye as he pours drinks. I signal, hold off. We're celebrating Emma's promotion, Dad says loudly to Kai, fishing for extras. Congrats, Kai says, all smooth. Sip and Savor's thrilled to have you. I act clueless. How'd you get a table here? It's super tough. Ryan grins. I've got connections, called in a favor. I hold back a laugh. Probably a regular, not the owner. I'll check that later. So, Ava, Mom starts, putting down her tea. What's up with you? You've been so quiet. Everyone looks at me. I'm working with coffee, I say, keeping it short. Learning, growing. Emma rolls her eyes. Still stuck on that coffee stuff? I thought you'd get a real job by now. Lucas jumps in. Not everyone's made for big careers, he says, but it feels like a jab. Ryan looks confused. What do you do? Serve drinks? Work events? A little of everything, I say vaguely. I'm doing fine. Mom's smile is fake. We're glad you're getting by. Our door's open if things get hard. Ever been hit with that kind of shade? Drop a comment if you've felt this. Our server, Zoe, brings a small treat, a tiny muffin with berry jam, my recipe. From the kitchen, she says, glancing at me with a proud smile. Emma frowns. This is it? I'm hungry. It's a starter, I say, to get your taste buds going. I know what it is, Ava, she snaps. I'm not dumb just because I picked a real job over playing with coffee. I watch them eat. Mom takes a tiny bite, Dad shoves it in. Lucas and Jess seem to enjoy it, but Ryan talks it up with weird words like flavor pop that don't fit. Emma leaves hers. I don't do berries, she says. That jam took me weeks to get right. Zoe clears the plates, her eyes sad at Emma's muffin. I feel protective, not of me, but of my team, who put their all into this. The first course hits. Croissants with honey butter, a fan favorite. Emma pushes hers around. This place is hyped up for nothing, she mutters. So small. I bite my lip. That honey's from a local farm I picked myself. Tell us about your promotion, I say, changing the subject. Emma perks up. VP at my firm, big office, huge team, Mom cuts in. The guest list for the party's a mess. The Wilsons can't be near the Grants after their golf club fight. I hide a grin. They act like it's a world summit. Ryan leans in. It's not just a party, it's a power move. Most guests are for connections. Dad nods. Ryan gets it. This kind of event opens doors. What about you, Ava? Emma asks, her voice sharp. Got a boyfriend? Or too busy with coffee? I'm focused on work, I say. Lucas laughs. Work? That's what we're calling it? Mom jumps in. Ava, at 29, you should think about settling down. My friend's son is a lawyer. Steady job. I'm good, Mom, I say. Zoe clears the plates. Was something wrong? She asks Emma, seeing her untouched croissant. Too sweet, Emma says. I clench my fists. That butter was perfected over months. The second course comes, egg tarts with fresh herbs. This looks decent, Dad says, digging in. Ryan sips his latte, one I chose for this dish. Okay, menu, not great, he says. Kai overhears and looks at me. I smile. He's too good for this. So, Ava, Jess tries. You do coffee stuff, but what exactly? Before I answer, Emma cuts in. Probably pouring drinks somewhere, right? Using that MBA to wipe tables. Actually, I start, but Dad interrupts. It's fine to start small, but after 6 years, I'd expect more. I've moved up, I say softly. To what? Shift lead at Duncan? Emma laughs. I sip my coffee, the familiar taste grounding me. How's the VP life, Emma? I ask. Her face tightens. It's busy, planning the party now. Ryan jumps in. She was working too much. My girl doesn't need to grind after we're together. I see a spark of anger in Emma's eyes before she hides it. The third course is a fruit salad with my special mint dressing. Portions here are tiny, Mom says, poking at it. It's about taste, not size, I say. In my day, you got real food, Dad grumbles. Ryan cuts his fruit like it's a burger, messing it up. How do you afford this place, Ava? Emma asks flat out. This shop's super pricey. Everyone stares. I manage, I say. Really? Emma scoffs. A meal here's more than you make in a week. You got a rich boyfriend? No, I say calmly. Then how? She pushes. In debt? Using credit cards to fake it? Emma, Lucas warns. No, I want to know, she says. We all changed our plans for this fancy dinner you wanted. Be real. The fourth course, mini scones with lavender cream, arrives. My sous chef, Tara, nailed it. This is bland, Ryan says after one bite. I look, it's perfect. It's meant to be light, I say. I want my food bold, he says, waving Zoe over. Redo this. Zoe's eyes flash, but she takes the plate. I nod. She'll make a new one, not ruin this. Ava, answer Emma, Mom says. How are you paying for this? The air's heavy. I'm back in those old family dinners, judged before I could speak. But I'm not that kid anymore. I built this place. I could spill everything now. Watch them squirm as they realize whose shop they're in, whose food they're dissing. Before I speak, Ryan's new scone comes back, overbaked. Better, he says, but it's dry. Dad calls for the drink menu. Let's get something big, he says, picking a $150 coffee blend I got from Guatemala. This'll work, he says. I suggest a lighter blend for the next course. He brushes me off. I know coffee, Ava. Kai looks at me. I nod. Let him have it. The final savory course is stuffed peppers. Then dessert, my chocolate mousse, a crowd pleaser. The digs keep coming. Every dish gets a complaint. Every word I say gets twisted. By coffee time, I'm whapped, carrying the weight of their shade and their clueless slams on my work. Then the check lands. Nate sets it in the middle. Dad reaches, but Ryan grabs it. My treat, he says, all cocky. He opens it and his smile drops. What's wrong, Dad asks. Just check in, Ryan says. But I know the total, $2,000 for 7, with that coffee and extra drinks. Not wild for sip and savor, but a flex. He pulls out a fancy credit card, showing it off. Emma smirks. So, Ava, how are you pitching in? Don't want you going broke. Everyone looks at me. I can pay my share, I say. Can you? She pushes. Baristas don't make much. The table goes silent. Her words hit hard, but I'm done hiding. I'm about to talk when Ryan frowns at the bill. Hold up, they messed up. Only charge for drinks, not food. He waves Nate over. Fix this. Nate looks at me, waiting. I nod. It's go time. No mistake, sir, Nate says. The food's covered. By who? Dad asks. Nate grins at me. Welcome back, boss. Your usual table's ready for your investor meeting. Dead silence. 6 pairs of eyes lock on me, mouths open. Thanks, Nate, I say, my heart racing but my voice steady. Close out Ryan's drink tab. Food's on me like always. Nate takes the bill from Ryan's limp hand. Chef Tara wants your thoughts on the fall menu, he adds. I'll hit the kitchen soon, I say. I turn to my family. Welcome to Sip and Savor, my shop. Dad blinks. Your shop? You work here? No, Dad, I say. I own it. Head barista, full owner. Emma gasps. No way, this place is huge. Magazines love it. Yep, I say. Coffee Buzz last month, Foodie Weekly before that. We're booked weeks out. Ryan stares like I'm a ghost. But you said you did coffee. I kept it vague, I admit. I wanted to see how you'd treat me if you thought I was struggling. You showed me tonight. Mom grabs her necklace, nervous. Ava, why hide this? It's incredible. Would you have cared if I was just brewing coffee for fun? I ask. Her silence is loud. Want the full story? I say. They nod. 6 years ago, I left with $500. I rented a closet-sized room in Philly, shared with 4 others. I worked 3 jobs, barista, dishwasher, delivery. I barely slept. My hands were raw from burns. But I studied coffee like crazy. Sam took me under his wing. I was his top barista in a year. Then Lisa Chin, an investor, tried my latte at an event. She called it the best she'd ever had. She backed me. We found this old store, made it sip and savor. I built the menu, picked the vibe, hired the team. It cost $1.8 million to start. Lisa got 2 investors. We opened and it took off. A year in, we were making money. I got a loan, bought them out. I've owned it solo for 2 years. Emma's voice shakes. You knew we were coming here? No, I say. Jess picked it. Right, Jess? She blushes. I didn't know, Ava. My firm said it's the hottest spot. Exactly, I say. I kept it secret to see if you'd respect me without the wins. Mom tries again. We'd have been proud, Ava. I laugh. Proud? You called coffee servant work. You cut me off when I chose barista school. Tonight you trashed my life. Dad clears his throat. We worried about your future. No, I say. You wanted me to follow your path. Big difference. Tara walks up in her chef's jacket. Sorry, Ava. The Patel Group's here for their tasting. Your publisher called about the cookbook cover, too. I nod. Thanks, Tara. I'll be there soon. My family's stunned. Cookbook, Emma says. Out next summer, I say. 80 recipes, my journey. Mom's voice softens. Ava, this is amazing. Why not tell us? Because you didn't back me when I needed it, I say. Ryan jumps in. This place is a gold mine. Planning to expand? I know investors. I stop him. I'm set, Ryan. My team's got this. Emma glares at him, then looks at me. You let us bash your food, your drinks, knowing it was yours? I wanted to see the real you, I say. And I did. If you love a plot twist like this, hit that like button. The shop's quieting down. Kai brings a coffee. Your special roast, boss, he says. For your meeting. Thanks, Kai, I say. Tell Tara I'll be there in 10. I stand. I've got a business to run. Thanks for coming. Mom grabs my arm. Ava, don't go like this. Let's celebrate you. Brunch Sunday? I look at her. Not the scary mom I grew up with, but a lady trying to save face. Maybe, I say. But I've got investors waiting. Lucas stands. Ava, this is unreal. I'm sorry I didn't support you sooner. His words feel true. I nod, then walk off, their eyes on me. 10 steps in, Mom's heels click behind me. Ava, please, she says, her voice shaky. We need to talk. I glance at my meeting room, where investors for a second shop wait. I've got work, Mom. Put it off, she says. This is family. Family didn't care for 6 years, I say. The others catch up, awkward by the counter. Dad looks out of place. Emma's face mixes jealousy and respect. Dinner tomorrow at our house, Dad offers. Ryan adds, my firm could help you grow. I don't need help, I say. I built this because I love it, not to impress you. Mom backtracks. We're proud, Ava. Are you? I ask. Or just glad I'm not ashamed to you now? She flinches. Tara reappears. Investors are waiting. 5 minutes, I say. I turn to my family. I need to go. Emma steps up. I was harsh tonight. I'm sorry. You were real, I say. That's what I learned. How you see me when you think I'm nothing. Lucas speaks. We didn't know, Ava. You didn't know I was winning, I say. But you knew I loved coffee. That should have been enough. Dad surprises me. You're right, we should have had your back, success or not. Mom's voice cracks. What now? I pause. They're not perfect, but they're family. I don't want to cut them off, just space to be me. I don't know, I say. But if we try again, it's my way. I'm not your failure. I'm a business owner who deserves respect. About Emma's party? Mom starts. What? I ask. Emma softens. We want you there. As my sister, I see the kid I used to giggle with. I'll be there, I say. And I could host a pre-party brunch here, my gift. Emma's eyes widen. You'd do that after tonight? You're my sister, I say. But this is me sharing my work, not chasing your okay. I get it, she says, smiling for real. I need to go, I say, nodding to the meeting room. Sunday brunch? I offer. Not your club, a dope diner I know. We'll be there, Mom says, looking relieved. They leave, different. I breathe out, feeling free. 2 weeks zoom by, new menus, cookbook drafts, talks for a second shop keep me slammed. Sunday brunch was solid. I took them to a funky diner run by a friend. Mom and Dad were weirded out by the neon signs, but the food won them over. These waffles are fire, Dad said, mopping up syrup. Small wins. Now, late at Sip and Savor, I watch my team wrap up. Zoe's at the register, Nate and Kai plan tomorrow's party. My phone pings. Emma. Party planning's a nightmare. Coffee tomorrow. Need your real talk. I grin, texting back a time. Mom's called twice asking about my shop. Dad sent a coffee article. Lucas wants to bring his kids to see the kitchen. It's shaky, but it's something. The real change is me. I don't need their approval anymore. I started a program for young baristas, helping kids like me who just need a shot. One, Mia, is like my younger self, hungry, talented. I gave her a gig. Watching her shine feels better than any award. I'm at my table, notebook open. The cookbook intro's been hard, but tonight it clicks. Coffee's my voice when words didn't work. I spoke through flavors. These recipes are my story, picking passion over pressure, finding joy in my path. 6 years ago, I chose me. It was rough, but it led to a life fuller than I imagined. Real success isn't what others think, it's being true to you. I put down my pen, calm. Tomorrow's packed, vendor fights, Emma's drama, cookbook deadlines. But tonight I'm good. I've got scars from burns, nights I doubted myself. But I kept going, not for them, but for me. Choosing my way gave me more than wins or family nods. It gave me myself. Ever picked your dream over someone else's plan? Share your story below. Like if this hit you, subscribe for more real stories and share with someone who needs this. Thanks for watching. Remember, the best success is living your truth no matter what they say.